July is what's known as Social Wellness Month, and new research shows that millions of adults across the country have been identified as having food allergies. Here to tell us more about how to navigate food allergies in social situations is Shanti Appello, a registered dietitian with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Shanti, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So can you talk a little bit about the different types of dietary restrictions that people have?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, there are food allergies, as you mentioned, and these can be life-threatening. So, for example, seafood allergies, peanut allergies, things like that can cause anaphylactic shock. Then there are those that have food sensitivity, so they may not react pleasantly to some ingredients in food like gluten or dairy. And then, different lifestyle choices like being a vegan or vegetarian impact people's food choices. And then there are people who just choose to abstain from certain ingredients in their life, like alcohol.
Yeah, okay, so this can somewhat become a social awkward situation for some people.
Yes.
So what is your advice when it comes to making a lifestyle change and then interacting with friends and coworkers?
Yeah, it can be difficult, especially when you're interacting with other people who really care about you, because food can be such a connector. People want to share their food with you. They sometimes tend to push food on you. And if you're not comfortable with certain ingredients or things like that, it can be difficult. So I always recommend having a few responses in your pocket to make that an easier transition. So it can be as simple as no, thank you. But for some people, they may be a little bit more comfortable sharing what's going on with them. So they can say something like, I'd love to have some, but I do have a health concern, and my doctor or dietitian just recommends that I abstain from that for now. Something too that people run into is that, some people who are on weight loss journeys or just trying to choose different ingredients for their health are often told, oh, you've lost weight, you can have a little bit, right? But just saying things like, I feel really healthy and energized. I've started working on my health, and, change the subject from there.
And for those of us who aren't making these choices or have these dietary restrictions, really our responses at this point can be very important too. What's your advice there?
Yeah, be as accepting as possible for people in your life who are undergoing changes. Be, receptive to the information that they're giving you, and just respect their choices. That's number one. And also a very good time to just remind ourselves that commenting on other people's weights and food choices is not a great idea overall. And, if you're going to a party or attending a gathering of any kind, just communicating in advance can be a really good idea, and always be very grateful and thankful for the person hosting.
Yeah, so what's your advice about communicating dietary needs when you're ordering food at a restaurant?
Yeah, so restaurants is generally one of the easier places to communicate this kind of information. So doing research ahead of time is so important, especially when you're going to a restaurant. And it can be a good idea, especially if you have an allergy, to call in advance and communicate that. So, for example, if you're allergic to seafood, they may have other seafood dishes, just to make sure that those are prepared so that there's no cross-contamination. Of course, when things come out, you just want to make sure that it was prepared the right way so that no one gets sick, just as an extra precaution.
Yeah, good advice. Shanti Appello, a dietitian with Blue Cross Blue Shield, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.